Yeah, like I said, it's not like. Oh, I guess it's a debate night, so they're starting a little early on the alerts of the night. Interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna do the usual.
Yeah, so
sit
we
there
are
and bitch at them while they're on stage.
Oh yeah, and we should. I wonder how that's going to go for them though, because like the last time they did that, like, I mean, they have to be very careful about not sharing anything when they do it.
Another with Bloodewing? Another Tuesday without Bloodewing. Oh.
Did it do that? Of course it did. Why does it fuck with my head? You know, because I wrote that properly, and then now I'm looking at it, and clearly I didn't. So.
Ta-da.
Like originally, I thought it said another day without Bloodewing, but apparently I didn't. So, will Streamlabs let me edit that? I don't think it will. Yeah, I don't think I can. Not without stopping it.
There we are.
All right. Well.
Okay.
Yes. long piss breaks. I just find on days where, like, because he can't really let us know when he is and isn't available half the time because his job, like, and don't get me wrong, Bloodewing, anytime they call you in, take a shift because, like, at least you know that's concrete money that you're gonna have in your pocket. It's for sure money, whereas YouTube isn't always for sure money. But yeah, no, it's just any time that he's not able to stream, I just the 2 hours is just like, what am I gonna do now? I don't know what to do. I mean, I could, like, you know, put on a game or something, but all right. Are you sharing stuff now? I think it looks like you are.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there.
Oh, thank you. So, how you doing, Duck Dog? It is cold as balls up here. Don't know about you guys. I heard the US had a cold snap too, so it's not just us. I mean, it'd be weird if it was. Yeah, it's still minus.
Okay. Yeah. That should be shield. All right.
Yay! Hi, Rebel. Hi, Scotty.
People just floating on in.
Yay!
All right.
It's a slow day though. Like it kind of makes sense for it to be though. It's Tuesday. The day that's kind of like Monday, but not really.
Tuesdays are awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hi, Skittles. Sex.
So, guys and gals in the chat, do we have a special treat for you?
Ooh, yes.
Because we have some amazing videos to share with you. So these are small 1 minute, give or take a few second videos about Canadian history, Canadian sometimes propaganda.
Just a reminder, YouTube, that all of these clips that he is playing are educational, and I believe they came from the CBC
Historica Canada.
Yes, which means we are allowed to play these.
Because technically we own them in part.
Yes, I paid for them with my tax dollars, or at least my parents did, because at the time that these came out, I wasn't working.
we will be doing this for educational purposes as well as discussional.
And mildly entertaining.
Yeah, that can be mildly entertaining. So the first one,
why not?
We have is this fellow Jacques Cartier. So let's find out what Mr. Jacques is all about. All about. Sorry, I forgot. Okay.
A boot?
Spiders on drugs. All right. Crescendo. Savage Indians.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here, have some blankets.
Do you know how many of the people in this picture are native? Probably zero. Let that sit in.
What's he saying, Father?
Commandant Cartier is saying this nation's name is Canada.
Canada. Canada.
Beg pardon, sir, but the word he used, I think it really means those houses down there.
No, believe me, I know the word. It means nation, and Canada is its name.
Yeah, this is an untrue story for the record. I think every city in Canada has a story that's similar to this one. It's really stupid.
Yeah. That, I mean, oh my god, like what? It's just so.
Yeah, like I said, for the record, most of the people in that shot were not native. I guarantee you, majority of the people in that shot were probably in brownface. You're welcome.
Yeah, but I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, things have improved in Canada. I can just say right now that like we have a huge community of actors that are from the native community. Things change over time.
Hey,
we're not this cringy anymore.
Well, it's just amazing because it's like what we know now. They had no sense of nation, and this video does an amazing job to portray the French as idiots. So yeah, that's the first one. Nope. Is it just gonna? Yeah, it's gonna just autoplay them.
You walked into us making fun of our childhood, random. That's what you walked into.
And making fun of Canada. So yay.
So sit back and relax.
Who can say no to a little knuckleheads?
Sit back and relax. Get yourself a bowl of popcorn, maybe a little pop on the side, depending on what you drink. You know.
With a functional who hasn't slept in is barely functional. So, okay, here's another one, another minute video. Halifax explosion. Let's dive right in.
My God, look at that.
My God.
God, she's a half a mile away. Huh? She's loaded, boys. You gotta get out of here. It's full of explosives.
She's loaded and she's got the herp.
Oh, no. Bill, get out of here. Vince!
I'm not gonna school.
Please, get these children out of here. That ship is gonna blow. No!
Mr. Coleman.
Hurry! You gotta get these people out of here. That ship is gonna blow. Train.
What?
People, get
The
out.
train is going to run into the boat.
Mission ship on fire. Stop train. Please, God, answer. Coleman, there's no time. The train's coming towards Pier 6. I gotta warn you. Come on, Vince. Come on.
I don't actually mind this one. You know, there's nothing wrong with paying homage to someone who saved a bunch of lives. You know, makes you proud of like stuff that.
And they all die.
Halifax was devastated. 9,000 wounded, 2,000 dead, including Vince Coleman, dispatcher.
So 2,000 people died. 9,000 others were injured because this like steel battleship caught fire in the harbor and it's exploded. Yeah, that one I actually don't mind because, like you said, it's accurate. It's paying homage to somebody who saved a bunch of
and back in the day, 2,000 people was a lot of people. That was a lot of people. Like that's a whole town.
Well, yeah, like they said, Halifax. Halifax has devastated Halifax's population in 1917. I wonder what that was. Let's take a look, shall we? Halifax population in 1917. It was about, but the population of Halifax and Dartmouth was approximately. No, wait. Oh, there's an entire Wikipedia article about it. Okay, so the ship had. It was the largest man-made explosion at the time, releasing the equivalent energy of roughly 2.9 kilotons of TNT.
Yeah, Doug said 90,000.
90,000.
It's still a large amount of people. Like, you know, especially given the time. Like, you know, it's still interesting though, you know, because it's still a period of time when you realize that, you know, they got that information so fast for back then. You know, because back then that little thing he's tapping, that's his text. You know, that's his telephone call.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up on the screen. Actually.
Yeah, I don't mind watching those. They are educational. They do kind of give you a little clip in the past. It's just really how they're done. You know, like don't make all of France look retarded for something that didn't happen. I mean, they do that all on their own. Sure. Except for Sam. I didn't mind Sam. He was okay.
But you got to remember, 60,000, that's like, if you look at, this is Halifax on this side, and this is Dartmouth on that side. You got to imagine this ship, right here, right where these train lines, this gray line, that's train lines. So it was probably right around here. And that probably affected this entire like south end of Halifax. And you can see the downtown core here, the industrial area at the south here. Remember, like this is a more modern map, so a lot of this stuff wasn't developed. You can see the highways and stuff like that probably wasn't there. The airport wasn't there. The train lines definitely were. And so, yeah, that was a huge explosion right here and prevented the train from coming in. So, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Boom, baby, boom. And you know why? It's because they're all fucking Irish.
Scottish, Irish, English, probably French too. It's Halifax.
Halifax is mostly Irish at the time. Most of the Maritimes was mostly Irish. Anyway, not to say there wasn't, quite a few Scots and English, but.
Well, I'm just thinking Halifax being in Nova Scotia, being that Nova Scotia is New Scotland, but you know.
Well, Skittles, because for mining and stuff, it was probably shipped over from Britain. Yeah, it literally means New Scotland, Nova Scotia. Okay, next one. Basketball, everybody's favorite pastime. This one always made me laugh. So a bunch of idiots running around, throwing the ball around, playing football when you're supposed to dribble.
Is this some kind of Canadian joke, sir? I mean, I know you're the instructor and everything, but we can't carry the ball. How can we get a decent shot at the peach basket?
Peach basket here.
You can't allow a carry of a couple of steps.
And Mr. Naismith, sir, it sure slows things down having to climb up here every time.
Well, then let's cut the bottom out of the basket.
Ah, but I need these baskets back.
Oh, no, not my baskets.
100 years after.
Yet again, another thing that we sold to the U.S. At least they didn't take her hockey.
Hundreds of millions of people.
What's funny is like they portray it in the video, but he was also notoriously short. Kind of ironic that he created basketball. Okay, let's find another good one. Oh, okay. So on the previous stream, my lazy game stream that I was doing earlier, we came up with this idea to show all these videos, and what inspired by it was the Log Driver's Waltz, which is another sort of segment that came on at the same time that these informational videos did, by the NFB, National Film Board of Canada. So it's, a bunch of log drivers, they're doing their business. Fast forward a little bit. And there we go.
You'd be amazed at the amount of things that we've invented, but we can't do anything about it because it was just like, well, we don't really have the people here to do anything with it.
That was a sweet transition, I'll admit.
to waltz with a log driver, for he goes
Like I said, this was my favorite one out of the bunch because it was goofy, it was silly, and I was like, wow, did they really ride logs down a river? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Are you cringing now? You're like, oh man, it's old. Come on.
Watch out for that moose! Wait. That moose has got a vajayjay.
Really? I'm not surprised. Maybe it was a female mouse.
These both my parents have had to give way and dance with the doctors and merchants and lawyers. Their manners are fine, but their feet are of clay. For there's none with the style of my log driver, for he goes burning down.
Oh dear God. Lady, you're a log. I hope you feel better about yourself.
It's instilling good values in women to not just marry guys because of their status and their job, but marry a real man who will take care of you.
Skittles is like, this might be one of the most Canadian things I've ever seen, isn't it though?
Yeah. That's kind of the point, dum-dum.
You know, it's really one of those things where like when Trudeau says things like Canada doesn't have a culture, and you're just like, wait a minute, so those heritage moments really were a joke, weren't they? Oh. They were just a joke to you, weren't they?
This one was always my favorite because it was like really retarded, but funny and sad and just weird. Orphans. Oh, the next one too. Good. Okay.
Molly Johnson.
In the 1800s,
Molly.
many Quebec families adopted Irish orphans. Their parents died of ship's fever on the Atlantic crossing.
Yeah, most. Do you know how most of those kids got over? Do you know how they got sent over? They were given the pox so that they could make vaccines from it.
Irish name.
We have to keep our Irish name.
Juste avant ce mot, have to pull la mémoire de mon patrie.
Ça, Monseigneur, ça me paraît tout à fait acceptable.
Quel est ton nom, mon enfant?
Johnson, Sir Molly Johnson.
You just said her name.
Patrick O'Neill.
Patrick O'Neill.
A century and a half later, many of those names.
Yeah, that just retarded. Just like, oh, there's still Irish names in Quebec because they're not Irish. That one's just weird. Okay, this one's funny. Cooler 4231. Cooler. Yes, I do. I remember Cooler. How you doing, bud? We're looking at some disgustingly Canadian videos.
Yep, we're making fun of ourselves.
Pull up a seat. This one's actually really. I like this one too because
are you Irish?
Because it's racist.
What's her name? Seamus Shamrock. That's great.
Patio Irish.
That doesn't really explain Monkey's first name, though, does it? All right.
Okay. Nitro.
Oh.
So 1884, they're building, the railroad.
Yeah.
Here, Chinaman. Here, have some coins. Blow yourself up.
My wife, you pay both. Okay. I do really good. You see.
See? Even back in the 1800s, the Chinaman was a very hard-working fella.
Now, pour it in the hole gently, understand? Any little bump, and that stuff will blow.
Yeah, this is
one we lost this month.
one of those things they like to play because they want to shame us for it, and I get it, but
I went back in again.
it wasn't just the Chinese. They did that too, for the record.
I lost many friends.
If you're Irish, just so you know.
One dead Chinese man forever.
Yeah, I had a friend who's.
If I had my way, there'd be 5 dead Chinamen for every mile of that. Anyway, what?
What? No, seriously. I think you're talking about the wrong Chinaman. I mean, the Chinaman that came over here came here because they didn't want to be the Chinaman that you hate. Just saying. But yeah, no, seriously. I had a friend who had an ancestor who died in that, so it was just, I don't.
Well, they went from TNT to nitro, and like so far we've learned that Canadians like to blow themselves up.
Well, we're rednecks too. What are you talking about? Of course we blow shit up.
Next one's kind of cool because it's being a kid who was
You're
always
racist, cryptic. Go ahead. All right, this one.
because it's about comic books, so Superman.
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
That's my cryptic clip.
Mm-hmm.
And he can lift anything at all. He's that strong.
He's that strong.
Your train. Now help me find number 5.
Strong, but by day he's a mild-mannered reporter. Glasses, a secret identity.
Honestly, you Canadian kids.
He'd be in this cape.
A what?
A cape, wearing these blue tights.
A hero in tights, really. Here it is.
Listen, Lois, this guy is faster than anything, I swear.
If you're not fast, you're gonna miss your train.
That's it. A bullet. He's fast. No, he's faster.
Don't shoot me, Lois.
Get on it. No one's gonna read a comic strip about a strong man in tights, Joe. It'll never fly.
Fly, no. But he can leap over tall buildings.
Yeah, how quickly that changed.
In a single
See
bound.
what your cousin Frank says in Toronto.
Wait, Lois. I've got something for you. Take it. It's a gift. You never know. It might be worth something someday.
Probably a lot, given what it is.
Is he great or what?
Is he great or what?
Yep. It's
Yeah, Joe Shuster was Canadian and he invented Superman.
Mhm.
I guess we are educational because you motherfuckers are actually learning something about the snow Mexicans today.
Later, later, Skittles. I was just gonna call you an M&M. Yeah, we invented a lot of things. It's just like I said, like with a population being as small as ours at the time, we wouldn't have been able to do anything with it. Like a lot of the stuff that we've come up with, we took it to the U.S. because they had the means to do something with it. They had the money, they had the people, they had the push to get it around. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's really kind of sad because we still have things to be proud of. It still got out there. No shame in sharing your shit with people, especially when it's awesome. But it gets lost that it came from us, But I'm also not one of those people who claims other people's inventions. So, good on the guy who was Canadian who invented Superman because he brought a lot of really good things for a lot of young boys. He did a lot of good things for a lot of little boys. So good on him.
Hydro turbines into St. John Harbor. And apparently we're really good at blowing parts of the country up along with some of the people. Canada, fuck yeah. Okay, this one's titled Rural. There's one called Macaroni. Okay, I gotta open that one in a new tab. Rural teacher. I don't know if I remember this one. Children.
You must understand, young woman, that you work for us and not the other way around.
But you would like to tell me how I must go about teaching the children to read.
I've told you what it is we want you to do, and that's enough.
You, with your silly little girl brain, cannot, by your own devices, create an education plan. You will do what we say.
Mr. Clarence, would you take a look at this?
You'll not bother me with that.
You'll not bother me with that, lassie.
It's a difficult passage. It is from the Bible. This is what I use to teach him to read.
Ah, Mr. Clarence, why don't you just read it then?
I cannot read.
You know I cannot read a word.
You know I cannot read a word.
Throughout most of our history, millions of Canadians have owed their education to young women who taught in one-room schoolhouses, much like this one.
Yeah, mostly because men were busy dying, hunting, logging, and yeah.
That's no shade to the women who did that, though.
No.
Like, that's the thing. Like, they did their part too. There's no shame in showing, appreciation for what they did. But I think those teachers need to remember that they wouldn't have had a school if the men hadn't been there, because the teachers had no part in building those.
I just find it funny. It's like, you'll not be teaching my son to read. But sir, I use the Bible. If you just read it. You know I can't read a damn word, woman. Oh fuck, my accent's going.
And in this day and age, though, if she'd used that point to prove her point, she would have been kicked out on the street for using the Bible.
But it's just funny because the painting that this little minute is based off of is called "Meeting of the School Trustees," and as we understand it. Today, the trustees and the school board create the lesson plan that the teachers have to follow. Mm-hmm. And she's being all, I don't know. I don't really understand what the hell was going on here. Okay, macaroni, because this one was this.
Macaroni?
Yeah, why not?
We didn't invent macaroni. Oh dear, what is this?
Still need to apologize for instant potatoes? Hell no, fuck you.
Canada.
Okay. Macaroni. Oh, I remember this one. The Newfies trying to fly a kite.
Oh God. Oh God. You called them Newfies too.
The antenna is holding, sir.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yes. Bravo. Yes, indeed.
And the kids just wanted to fly a kite.
A lot different than the one I grew up in.
You know where England is?
Sure, it's over there.
And over there is where that sound is coming from.
Here across the ocean, the first time ever.
Wow, that guy's a terrible actor. And yeah, Canadians were the first people to basically proto telecommunications overseas. By they obviously first tried it with a kite, with a metal antenna stuck to it, and later just built antennas, which led to things like larger antennas and satellite communications, and basically the invention of broadcasting long distances via telecommunications.
What are you accusing us of doing, Cryptic? Because I think you're misunderstanding something. The thing is with StreamYards is it likes to change words, and I'm standing by that, because when I wrote that it said Bloodewing's missing today too, guys. It was meant to be like, because he doesn't always stream all the time.
There's a lot of these that have to do with war. It's like war.
Well, it's basically.
Well, people don't realize. Yes, we're nice, but for a good reason. We've had a lot of experience fighting.
It's not even our wars. What are you talking about? We were thrown into other people's wars. Like the entire existence of Canada has been fighting for other people's shit. Why do you think?
Saying to the Americans, no, this is ours. You can, rebel against the monarchy and do all that silly willy nonsense, you silly sausages. But for the most part, this line is ours, and we'll stay up here. You guys can, chill down there, okay? And they were like, no, we're gonna take it. We're like, okay, well, we're just gonna burn your houses down or something. Anyway, Jacques Plante. Okay, this one's actually kind of cool. Sort of.
Right?
Because it's about hockey.
Yes.
And I love the sport. And so, for anyone who doesn't know, before goalies didn't have to wear masks.
Mhm.
Hell, people didn't even wear helmets. They wore very, very little padding.
Blake, you can't see down with that thing. Mr. Blake. Jacques. What? They're coming. Hold them up. Find something. Jacques, I'm telling you for the last time.
Oh, that guy.
Coming back on the ice. Come on, give us something. Will you? How many stitches?
Come on, kid. Give us something, will ya?
On November 1st, 1959, Jacques Plante of the Montreal Canadiens broke with tradition.
You're a brave man, Mr. Plant, standing up to him like that.
And changed the face of hockey.
And so basically, because of this egregious injury, that he literally went right back out on the ice and continued to play, you get your face mask for hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which, of course, has evolved significantly since then.
Yes, because it still resembles the Michael Moore, is it?
Mike
Not Michael
Myers?
Moore. Mike Myers, yeah, Mike Myers.
That's what he was wearing. He was wearing a hockey mask.
Yeah, right? Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And
They
that
totally changed it.
That was only 1959, so that wasn't that long ago. Somebody we've talked about before on the stream is Sam Steele. And how much American ass he kicked with words and politeness. Because once again, we've had our taste of combat, of war. We know the ugly side of it, so we'll give you a chance to be civilized,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll kick your ass if you act or get all ornery on us. Anyway.
We should totally do something similar. You remember like the 80s games between Canada and Russia? The Cold War games? The hockey games? Oh. That's where the violence popped out. If you really want to know why hockey became so much more rougher on the edges.
No, Duck Dog, not telecommunications, but the modern telecommunications to be able to go across the ocean. The relaying system, that process. Mike Myers said the Jim Kirk mask. Yes, he did. All right, Sam Steele.
Oh, he sits there in his red coat, all spit and polished, and he says, "Where would you be going?" "I'm going to the Klondike to look at your gold fields, if there really is any."
Not with this gambling gear and those revolvers. Men don't wear pistols in Canada.
Canada be damned. I'm going to the Klondike.
The Klondike is Canada. Pack those pistols in your saddlebags or get back to U.S. territory.
I'm an American. You can't do this to me.
In that case, I'll be lenient. We'll keep this gambling gear and you'll be back in the United States by sundown.
He never drew no gun. I could have shot that guy right there. Who was he anyway?
Superintendent Sam Steele, the Northwest Mounted Police.
Why didn't I shoot him?
Back when they were cool. Yeah.
I like the American Gambler dude because he was on Stargate. And the guy who played Sam Steele was just such a... I don't know. It was perfect. He was that
dead face, scary looking dude. Like, don't fuck with me, man. I'll fuck you up. I might be nice and polite right now, but just watch. That's the Canadian. That's actually the one you gotta watch out for.
I'm ready to play. Would you like to play a game?
Oh.
Although I am going to be insanely exhausted by the time the stream comes around, so it should be a good time had by all. All right. This one is about flags.
Yeah, I remember this one, yeah. Because if you remember the old flag.
Some of these proposals.
Oh, okay. I remember this guy.
This. Now this is what I wanted from the start. But Mike Pearson wants this. Well, he is the Prime Minister. But blue is not an official Canadian color.
Blue is not an official Canadian color.
John Diefenbaker and the Tories want this.
That's the Ontario flag, sort
the
of.
only way I'll ever get the whole committee together is to persuade my liberals to
And
reject their own Prime Minister's choice.
Saskatchewan?
The Tories will agree to that at least. Is there one
A
design
beaver humping what?
we can agree on that says Canada? No mistake about it. I wonder.
Honestly, the
Prime Minister and Mr. Diefenbaker, I was just talking about you. Are we all going to the same party?
Are we all going to the same party? I do like the rather simplistic yet expressive design of our flag. It's very reminiscent of the American flag in its symbolism. Simple, understated. You know, every element of the current American flag has some form of meaning to it. You know, like the stars and stripes, they have meanings. And it's of course evolved over the years, whereas ours has basically been the official flag since 1960. Remember, we're a very young country compared to the United States. They formed quite a bit before we did as a solidified nation. And yeah, we didn't really have a national flag until 1965.
Yeah, but Doug, I don't think anybody really wants to see a moose fucking a beaver. You know,
for yourself.
You'd watch that?
Yeah,
I mean,
why
the
not?
beaver would just die. I mean, it would just die. I mean, that beaver would be like so porked, it would go through one end and out the other.
Okay, so we gotta. Oh, God, there's so many like war stories. Let's start with John McCrae. And for anyone who's heard the poem Flanders Fields, that's what this is about.
Yep.
About fuck.
You did it to yourself.
The production value is pretty good on these things.
Major John McCrae, surgeon, born and raised in Guelph, Ontario. Poppies.
Maybe I can smoke them.
Low. Between crosses, row on row. If ye break faith.
Oh, John, you got blood all over my notebook. Put him on the pile.
Shall not sleep.
McCrae?
In Flanders fields.
What is it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
John McCrae of Montreal died.
That was so bad.
But his poem is still spoken aloud when men, women, and children.
At least, like during the war, you know, there were plenty of poppies to make heroin that they could use to treat some of the victims.
These are heritage
wounded.
videos. This is stuff that we grew up with back during the day. We were talking about television and dumbing down population and, you know, the educational system. Like, this is stuff that was played on TV for commercials, but like there was a point where I remember them playing this. Like there was this program, and I don't know if it's still there. I highly doubt it, considering the way our funds fluctuate in this country. But it was meant to bring like the school system together from province to province. So they would do like little segments where they'd have, you know, little interviews with kids. And then they would post these commercials the entire time. And like the kids were just like, yeah, you realize we're not going to pay attention to any of this shit, right?
I paid attention.
Did you pay attention? We didn't pay attention. We were just like, you guys called us Cowtown. Go fuck yourself. And that was it.
You mean getting married, Duck Dog?
Yeah.
Next minute.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the chat. You know, like things that you do, or that you're supposed to.
Salt.
Hey, Green Thunder.
Toast is burning.
Toasted. Oh, burnt toast. Oh no. This acid's really good.
She has a seizure. She smells something burning. Now, if we can provoke that smell by probing the surface of the brain, we'll find the source of the seizures. Mrs. Gold, do you feel anything?
I can see the most wonderful lights.
And now what do you feel?
Did you pour cold water on my hand, Dr. Penfield?
Now what? What is it, Mrs. Gold?
Burnt toast. Dr. Penfield, I can smell burnt toast.
Dr.
Those were
Penfield,
Wilder
I can smell burnt
He cured
toast.
my seizures and hundreds more. They say he drew the roadmap of the human brain. We just called him the greatest Canadian alive.
Kind of puts a hole into the whole medical or a for-profit system innovates medical stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is under a socialized system, and we're still innovating and improving on plenty of things in the medical field in Canada. So, not all, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but you're also dealing with a population that was probably not even a half of what it is right now. At the time, so like yet again, it's not that the socialist programs can't work. I just think they become a hell of a lot more difficult to keep working when they get bigger. Like that's when you might want to rearrange how you go about it. You know, not saying don't do it. Just
no, but I mean it's like pouring water into a cup, and you need to have some time for that water to evaporate before you can pour more water into the cup, or else it will overflow and the cup no longer maintains the water. So when we're dumping hundreds of thousands of immigrants and refugees and shit into Canada, that cup starts to overflow, and the healthcare system can't contain everybody, because lots of those people, lots of that extra water that's been added hasn't paid in to build a bigger cup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there's definitely a lot of mismanagement, and there's a lot of factors that go into play, like my little example. But yeah, it's not to say that there haven't been plenty of medical innovations from
I think
national
the key from what everyone should really work on looking into is more that it's not just one system that works. It seems to be more like little bits of systems that work. And that's the problem with us, is we can't just take little systems of things and then just change it to be something else, you know?
And that's just conflating socialism with social programs. Like socialist programs, you want to call it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the system of governance that's called socialism or economics or whatever, the lack of economics, whatever. Oh yeah, so we were supposed to be doing wars, but we got burnt toast instead. This is Vimy Ridge.
So we also laid out a full-size model of the ridge.
Yeah, this one's actually one to be proud of too.
Where every German stronghold.
I always support the military ones. It's just automatic.
Hurry.
Like they can be as cringe as they want, and I'll still support them.
Take Vimy Ridge, yes. But we also. I know, sir. What exactly makes you?
Our guns will begin at dawn.
My dear wife, this may be my last letter to you. We go into action in 20 minutes. It's the biggest thing I've ever been in.
At precisely 0500, the men will move out of the tunnels, keeping precisely 300 yards behind the creeping barrage.
Dear Mother, as I looked to right and left, all I could see was Canadians.
By 5 o'clock, Vimy Ridge was ours.
And Mother, I thought, we are a nation. This is us.
It was the first significant victory of the war.
And all they could see was a bunch of fucking hockey stick wielding crazed Canucks coming their ways.
Well, they do still have the odd German soldier who like said, yeah, they had nightmares of the Canadians because we just kept coming. They were just like, who are you people, and why do you keep coming? And then
phrasing.
Yeah, no, seriously, we raped the hell out of the Germans. We raped the hell out of the Germans. It was one of those things
and as the video portrayed, like the story of basically us advising the Brits and the Americans, well, not the Americans, the Brits and the Allies, how to fight how to fight a war. Ask your Canadian nightmares. Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of little things that we did in the war. It was one of those things where like it took us forever just to have the right to actually direct our own troops. Things like that. But like it was just little things like, hey, can we not announce who our commanders are all the time via uniform? Because it's a really good way to destroy a plan when he's the only one who has the plan and he's easy to take out because you've labeled him like a target. You know, there were little things like that we brought to the war that like
yeah.
nowadays are just kind of like, why didn't you do that before? Because they're British. Back when you were British, it was just like, you know, you see a bunch of those fuckers come and you ran because they were scary. All right. During World War I and II, they were broke. Not so scary.
I thought they mostly just hid in holes and then waited until Christmas.
Like hobbits.
Okay.
Well, British folks, for the record, you're not hobbits. It's just.
Yes, they are. D-Day. This one's well known.
From New Brunswick. Never even left the North Shore before. Dad trained them the best he could. But how could they possibly be prepared?
It's great that they're still producing these too.
Operation the world had ever seen. He'd already served in the First World War.
Fuck, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, to any American who comes to visit Canada, like if you have any relations to the military, if you're just interested, you should really go look and see what we had to do.
Is that guy wearing blackface? Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Not be by
They all
their
did.
side.
Yeah, he's totally wearing blackface. What the hell, Canada?
Or suit face, you know, when
Many
you're
were
covered.
killed that day. One was my father.
Major Archie McNaughton was 47 when he died on D-Day, the invasion that marked the beginning of the end of the Second World War.
Along with too many others. Jesus. Whew.
Yeah, it's one. Like I said, it's one of those things that I highly recommend that the U.S. come up and take a look. I mean, you guys were in the same boat towards the end. I mean, you didn't really join until the end, but like if you saw what our troops were given to work with, you really start to question why we're still so friendly with England. You know, just saying. When you really look at it, you know, it's one of those things where you're like, I usually, if I'm gonna have an argument with someone in England and they're just gonna be like, oh, you Canadians are just like Americans, I like to pull that card because they killed a lot of us for no reason. At least that's how I feel right now. I mean, my ancestor didn't feel that way, so I'll have to respect his wishes. And Scotty. We'll pitch one in for Scotty.
So Laura Secord, who has there's a chain of stores called Laura Secord. It's a chocolatier here in Canada, but she was somebody who did more than chocolate. She ran in a forest from the French.
Oh no! Come in. I don't blame her.
Laura Secord overheard the secret plans of the American soldiers in occupation.
If you raise your sword against Fitzgibbon, Upper Canada will be broken. How many men can we muster? 500 infantry, battery of artillery, my dragoons. Fitzgibbon can't manage more than 50 men, small band of natives. Not a serious resistance if you're equal to the enterprise. Pursue the advance 2 days hence.
And then she warned the Canadians, and we fucked them up.
Mm-hmm.
Take me to Fitzgibbon. Laura Secord delivered her message to the Canadian troops.
Yeah,
the Kahnawake
just got lucky enough to meet natives that like just happen to understand her. Wow.
Well, yeah, they were the allies of the Canadians.
It's just you just happened to meet the ones that were translators. That's all.
Yeah. This one's interesting. It's called Vikings. I don't think I've seen this one. Maybe I have. I don't know. But yeah. That was part of the whole kerfuffle about Canada and the U.S. back then. But Vikings. I know Vikings came to Canada. Oh, we got a spear.
Yep. They did.
What? This is so bad.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're still not sure what really happened to the Vikings that landed here, because they're not sure if it was just they left because it was not worth it for the natives, or because the temperature wasn't the problem. Like they have records that they found from when they landed here, and they were just like they came here to make wine, basically. Given what they found on the site, I used to go and visit this every once in a while because it was, it's cool.
Do you know what I think this is?
Helga and Anastina Ingsta proved that the Vikings were by centuries the first Europeans to visit this continent.
Dun dun dun. Okay. Yeah, they were probably killed off. They probably just didn't think it was worth it. Oh, what's with all these savages around? Fuck. I don't want to have to fight war. I just want to make my wine.
This is yet again one of those moments where you're just like, okay, natives, just so you know, like, no shade to you, but you were probably the reason people show so much respect to you is because you were the hardest warriors to fight. Like, in terms of Europe, in terms of adversaries, they were brilliant. They were really brilliant. That's why I'm glad they still exist today. I'm glad that they, that we have natives that live in Canada. I mean, some of you are pricks. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, Lord knows I can be a dick too. Is it racist to point out that people are human?
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
Oh, okay. So I have to dehumanize them then if I'm going to be not racist. Okay.
All right. Since we're on a native kick, Sitting Bull.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
For the record, to anyone who doesn't know, Saskatchewan's one of those places where you could watch your wife run away for 3 days. Or your dog.
You've got more men back there than I have in the whole of Western Canada. Yeah, but Sitting Bull held a war dance last night. General Terry in Canada, Sitting Bull has kept the Queen's peace. He's agreed to meet with you.
Spotted him. That face doesn't look ready to come back to the States without a fight.
President Hayes says you will be received kindly.
The grandmother's medicine house is no place for lies. Not 2 more words. This country does not belong to you. We will stay here and keep the grandmother's peace. She will let us raise our children. We do not want lies. These men, Walsh, McLeod, they're the first white men who never lied to us.
I didn't know then that they'd be starved out of Canada and go back to the States. Walsh would resign over it, and Sitting Bull would be indicted.
It's almost as if you treat them like people and trading partners and give them some of your modern amenities. You make allies instead of just trying to take their land. Okay. Inukshuk. Hey, look, it's actual snow Mexicans.
I know, right? I always found it amazing how the Inuits live, though. Like, they are really a fascinating tribe.
Miles from anywhere.
I used to watch a lot of programs with my dad when they go up there to either study bears or the tribes or the caribou or whatever.
Oh, dude's clubfoot is acting up again.
She said, now the people will know we were here.
Now the people will know we are here. They were planting flags before Americans were. Funny. How about we go back to some war? War. Where's that? War. War is war.
That doesn't really. Sorry, I have to stop for a second there. That doesn't really make it a flag so much as it makes it a sign. A flag implies that you're claiming something. A sign is just saying, "Hey, I was here."
Yeah, just like the flag.
That's not what a flag does. A flag isn't just saying, "Hey, I'm here." It's also saying, "Hey, I'm claiming something," because you're writing your name.
Yeah,
on
but
it.
once again, these people were mostly,
But they weren't writing their name. They were saying, "Hey, I was here." There's a
Yeah.
difference between saying, "Hey, I was here," and saying, "Hey, I am Jen and I own this land."
because they didn't have a sense of like ownership over land.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. That's why what they're saying in that last is they're twisting the words. Is what I'm saying.
They are Asian, Scotty.
They're twisting the words. It's like you tried doing that. Like I said, I'm maybe I'm taking it too literal, but the thing is that's what they do. They take words and then they twist them, and then 10 years later, I'm just saying it's one thing to say, "Hey, I was here," and another thing to say, "Hey, I own this land because Jen claims it with my flag."
Mm-hmm.
It's just a difference in symbolism.
Congo Civil War.
Hostages. We will execute them. That is what I said.
Oh, this.
But these poor young people are.
That's exactly what I mean, Jack.
I said, look. Yes. You say that they are only missionaries, but we know that they are agents of the colonial powers.
The colonial powers.
What? I cannot hear you. What? Get down, all of you. You cockroach.
Drop your weapon. Your men are disarmed and the place is surrounded. You will drop your weapon.
It was Canada that proposed the United Nations Peacekeeping Force in 1956. General Jacques Dextraz of the Royal Fusiliers of Montreal would later become head of our armed forces.
Who are you? Dextraz, United Nations Peacekeeping Force.
Back when the peacekeeping force was actually a force for good and not for
Something
the
that
rise of the Third Reich.
Something that we're still well known for. Well, at least we were. I don't know so much anymore.
Well, our personal, our national military is more of a peacekeeping force, and we're sent as peacekeepers all around the world. Less and less involved with the UN peacekeepers, even though we send peacekeepers. We generally, when they send in like investigators and stuff, we generally send in units to protect them, peacekeepers to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, I guess I should bring up the next one.
Green Thunder. The problem with planting of American flag on the moon and now looks French. All right. Okay, it's a good thing I reread that because for a second I thought you were trying to sell us some Avon.
Avro Arrow.
Mach 2 fighter, 2 place 1,000-mile range. The British said it was impossible. The Yanks tried twice and failed. They said, you're dreaming. We said, fine, we'll build it right here in Toronto. And now you guys, my guys, are saying that it can't be done, that they were right?
Dan Aykroyd.
Used to get the model up to speed, and then the onboard sensor tells them.
Come on, baby.
Damn it! The specs have changed.
That's pretty sexy. Huge.
Arrow 201. You cleared for takeoff.
Although the
We
government
did it.
canceled the project and destroyed the prototypes, the Avro Arrow remains for Canada a world benchmark in aerospace achievement.
It's like the first plane to go Mach 2.
Yeah, but you know what? They deleted one of ours that had like way better hidden radar. We were trying to. I can't remember the name of the plane. It's one of those things where we tried to sell it to the U.S. and they made us burn it. They're like, you can't claim this, you can't have it, and they made us burn it. I gotta find the name for it, but.
Oh man, there's so many other ones that I didn't have queued up that I'm like, oh my god, I remember this one. So let's do, let's do this one. Since we've had so much war, I mean, it's kind of war related, but It's a better. It's a more lighthearted one.
Yay! All right.
Winnie.
Oh yes.
Well, good luck, Captain Caldwell. No one you can be sure will take very good care of the bear. You are noting that it's the official mascot of the 2nd Canadian Infantry Brigade?
Yes, sir. So long, Winnie. You be a good girl while I'm gone.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
From my hometown, Winnipeg.
You dick.
Oh, Daddy, I just love Winnie. Couldn't we take him home with us?
Christopher Robin, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll write some stories about Winnie, and Mr. Shepherd here will draw some pictures.
Oh, Daddy, let's call him Winnie the Pooh.
Why Pooh, son?
I don't know.
Because he looks like a giant turd.
And that's how a young Canadian
evil kid
bear inspired 4 volumes of stories and verse and still sell millions of copies around the world.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting connection of events.
And now look what they've done to Winnie the Pooh. He looks like the president of China.
Jeez, how much plastic surgery do you have to look like a bear? I mean, geez, Russians have been doing that for years. I
wonder how long it took for somebody to point out to him that he looked like Winnie the Pooh. Like if because at some point there had to have been college kids who called him that.
Yeah, there were, and then he killed them.
Oops.
Where the hell did my why YouTube? Fix your shit. There we go. Okay. First mock jet 2 jet was the Delta 558. Then what was the groundbreaking of that first jet to go supersonic? I don't know. Fuck. I don't want to Google it. I don't care. Now we're on to slavery.
Been here by now. It's 3 hours late already. Pa ain't gonna make it. One of them slave catchers got someone to help, and
Get yourself together, bitch.
Made it past the border yesterday. We've all done this before. He's our pa. He'll be here. Come.
God, this acting.
Come on, Brian.
Yeah, let's run out and just expose ourselves like an idiot.
Well, they're in Canada. They're not exactly illegal.
I know, right?
Between 1840 and 1860, more than 30,000 American slaves came secretly to Canada and freedom. They called it the Underground.
That had to have been so cold. I don't know if that's how they delivered them. I'm just saying that had to have been so fucking cold.
No, one of the ways was in furniture. Yeah. So church pews. We made it to Canada, Ma.
And yet now they want to parade Black Lives Matter and act like. Never mind. We won't go there. Let's keep it light and friendly, guys. All right.
I don't care. Go wherever.
Go wherever.
But
you.
We have the pinnacle
of pure
syrup.
Canadianness.
Syrup.
Syrup.
So let's all just sit back and enjoy the next 60 seconds. What's he doing? He's cutting the balls off the tree. Dude, even that dog is so white.
Wait.
Time to get high.
I don't doubt that they did stuff with it though. Like anything like that, you can make into a booze. So.
And Your Majesty,
maple booze. That should have been my plan in the past life, you know.
Friends, we have produced some
like a honey mead, but with maple syrup.
I don't know. I think it's too sugary. Was that Don Cheadle? No. Yeah, the Empire was the first to act. Not only not only ban slavery, Scotty, but then go on to go around the world and basically tell people stop doing, no more slaves.
I
No
don't
more
remember
slaves.
if Rupert Bear was Canadian. He might have been.
Rupert Bear.
I remember the cartoon.
Rupert Bear.
I haven't watched in a while. Let me. Oh, sorry.
Rupert Bear was a children's comic strip character created by English artist Mary Turtell and first appeared in the Daily Express newspaper. No, so it is most definitely British.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at him. He looks like a British tosser. Fucking plaid pants with a plaid scarf. Yellow. Ugh, what the hell's wrong with him? I don't care if he was a polar bear. He's white, therefore evil. Come on, James, get together. Okay, Valor Road. 3 men from Pine Street in Winnipeg win the Victoria Cross in World War I, and the street's name is changed to Valor Road in their honor.
There's nothing you can do for him.
Leave no men behind. It's one of those American quotes that I support.
At least give him some fucking covering fire.
Sergeant Fred Hall lived on Winnipeg's Pine Street. Bob Shanklin lived on Pine Street too. And you know what? So did Leo Clark.
Sergeant! Sergeant! It's Clark. We just heard he took out 20 Germans.
Clark, Shanklin, Hall. Amazingly, they all won the highest award for courage we could give them, the Victoria Cross. That's why we changed the name of Pine Street.
So basically, one crazy knucklehead just takes out 20 Germans in a little sortie.
Like I said, we legit gave them nightmares.
Yeah.
For very, very good reasons. And it wasn't our war. Yet again, it wasn't really our war. But I like I said, I stand by my family's my family members' decision to join up because they really believed in the fight. Like there's a real reason why we show so much respect to it, because they gave their all for everybody. Like they believed in that they were saving the world. Yeah. Kudos to them for like scaring the shit out of Germans. Like too bad we lost our balls. Functional? What the hell happened to our balls?
So. Nobody. No, see, I don't think so. As somebody who was at one point in a form of service, it's just that we're not aggressive. I mean, it's just sort of like, back us into a corner or, keep poking the bear and we unleash fury. I mean, take hockey, for example. Our hockey players are some of the best in the world for, various reasons. But one of them is just our grit, determination, and just like hard playing devotion. That translates into a field of battle. Like you've got to keep drilling, you've got to keep pushing, you've got to, like you said, give the other side nightmare.
Here's the thing, Elwin. I have to disagree with you, because when World War II came about, we really didn't want to go in.
No.
After World War I, we really didn't want to go in because it was not our war. We went in because it was the right thing to do. It was legit the right thing to do. I don't regret that we ended up doing it. I'm just saying that the way it feels afterwards, it was just like being used as like a meat shield.
Well, also initially it was more so, well, that's your fight, that's on your continent, whatever. But then once the Axis like started gaining ground, that's when we said, okay, we get the picture. You guys are getting your asses handed to you, and Europe's being engulfed by fucking fascism. So let's do something about that. All right, cool. This one's actually kind of funny because it's just about music. Old thickness over here.
My name is Mary Travers, but he called me La Bolduc. My daughter Denise. I came to record a song.
But you're not well known, Mrs. Bolduc. You've never recorded before.
Oh, well, gotta begin somewhere, huh?
I suppose your accompanist is not a professional player.
Oh, Denise can play.
Sorry to say, we have no masters left now, Georges.
Oh, I always keep a dozen in stock, boss.
This is
You're
some
aware that
terrible
recording
dubbing.
costs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Here's $20.
That's a working man's salary for a month there, Mr. Baudry.
Well, what do you say we begin right now?
Let's go.
Ah, my ears!
Mary Travers had a hit right in the middle of the Depression. She went on to sing for princes and presidents, but to her fans, she would always be.
Why do we always have such horrible singers though? God. Oh, my ears. My eyes are watering from how painful that was. French is not a very pleasant language. I don't know why people, it's the language of love. No, it's the language of brain aneurysms.
Alan, I think you don't understand. It was the fact that you didn't have a choice, that you were forced into it when it wasn't our country that was at war. That's what I mean. It wasn't our war. I'm not saying that we didn't fight for a good reason or that we should be ashamed or being forced into somebody else's war is not something to look back at. And yeah, we got struck.
Yeah, look at the stream. Suspended for policy violations.
What policy violations? Oh, well, I knew it was going to happen. I don't know.
I don't know. Look at it.
I wouldn't know
Check
the
your
first.
email.
Uh-huh. All right, well, I guess we'll have to quit.
Oh, it's back up.
Okay, so we didn't do anything wrong. The hell? Okay, make up your mind.
See, no, this is exactly what we were talking about at the start, that unless some fucking auto bot fucking thing hit us, which obviously looked like it did, but these are all clear, fair use.
Mm-hmm.
Not only it's public, we're Canadians, this is public Canadian property. What do you call that stuff? Open source, not non-copyright. Yeah, and this is for educational purposes. So yeah,
fuck you, YouTube.
Let's continue on since it's back up.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we? Ooh,
That
boat
makes me
people.
wonder if somebody reported me.
No, it's probably just the bot.
Just the bot.
Just the bot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's also public domain music. I again, it's probably just it caught it. It was sent to review immediately, almost immediately, and someone was like, "No, this is no bad bot, bad."
Yeah, I'd have to agree. That's good.
So next one is called Boat People.
Okay, let me go back. Oh, this will probably be like Vietnam or something, if I recall. Yeah.
1979.
My mother said we had to leave home. The communists were going to take my father away.
Yeah, it's gonna bring Cryptic some flashbacks.
My parents were afraid. They didn't show us. But we would never forget our
Swim,
experience in
bitch!
Vietnam.
Boat sinking.
We were lost.
What was your job in Vietnam?
University professor.
We had no home.
Do you have any family in Canada?
No, sir.
Nobody wanted us.
Welcome to Canada.
Canada chose us.
Canadians opened their borders, their homes, and their hearts to more than 100,000 refugees
Yeah.
fleeing persecution after
And like
the
I said,
Vietnam
now
War.
it's just fucking the floodgates are
We were
open.
home.
Because you know where most of those people went. They didn't go to just the big three. They went across Canada like most immigrants influxes pre-1982, I want to say. I don't remember when that reform was changed. They increased the number by a lot. Although we did get the separation of immigrant and refugee, but I think that was probably in the 60s. I don't know. I'm fuzzy on the actual dates. Sir John A. Macdonald. I know that he was our first prime minister.
Careful, careful. That champagne cost a fortune.
Mr. McDonald,
And he was apparently an asshole.
We've been struck again.
It's may differ, Mr. Brown, but our objective is the same.
My objective, sir, is
Like, we've been struck again, functional.
Gentlemen,
Again?
Yes. Why do they keep doing that? I'm not violating anything, YouTube. This is educational. For fuck's sakes. Yeah, I think they're going to keep doing it. It's public domain, you fuckers. So much for fun.
Well, enough of those videos then, I guess. Does your account, email, or anything say anything?
No.
Oh, and it's back again.
Pretty much every time you stop, so I think it's the videos. I mean, if you're going to play them, maybe play them with no sound.
But they're public domain. This is retarded.
Yeah, but we're dealing with retards anyway. I mean, YouTube doesn't do any fucking work on their own. If they're going to just use bots where it's clearly gone back twice and they can see what we're doing.
Have you gotten anything in your email yet?
No, I haven't.
That's so weird. That's so weird. Yeah, Duck Dog. Publicly funded, public domain, educational educational shorts from the government, funded by the government of Canada and its people, to be spread around.
Yeah. We've paid for it, you douchebags. All of us have. Still paying for it, probably.
Whatever. What the fuck ever.
It's like...
Yeah, I don't doubt it, Jack. Like, it makes me so mad. So mad.
This is what I mean. Like, they're shit. I'm so surprised that they've lasted as long as they have. That nothing else has come out to replace them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I really am. It's actually part of the reason I'm so mad at YouTube. It's just like, can some asshole with money just build one that's the same? Because I know somewhere out there you can do that. But I mean, yeah, that's asking somebody to spend their money on
a
stuff
video
that I care
hosting
about.
and streaming service. Yeah, I mean, shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Fuck
Like,
you, Jinx.
I've done it before too. I've played copyrighted stuff and gotten away with it. You know, it's just I
Dude,
think
I've played 100% original music that I made, and it got a copyright strike. It got a copyright claim from BMG Music. Like, so many people are abusing the fuck out of this system. They've either got to ease up on the overbearing hand, or they've got to fix their shit.
yes. I'm just I think the thing is it's like shouting to nothing, because like I said, you know, somewhere out there's some guy who could do it. Actually, there's probably more than one guy. There's probably lots of guys. And it's just, why don't you do it? Just do it. Give us multiple platforms, not just Twitch, not just BitChute either when it comes out. You know, I'm saying there should be multiple platforms, just because like shit like this is going to keep happening, you know? And these guys get away with it because they're a monopoly. They're effectively a form of monopoly. I mean, honestly, if YouTube didn't have Twitch, I kind of wonder about that. I mean, it's competition anyway. Mind you, it's like choosing between Pepsi and Coke. Are you really getting that much different? we should get on it though, man. We should all just like email Elon Musk and be like, man, can you just? I know you're not perfect and all, but like, can you throw us a bone and just give us a platform? I mean, the guy's got to appreciate creativity. I mean, like, he's creative. It's not often a guy with that much amount of intelligence gets to just play around with money the way he does. I don't blame him for doing the shit he does, by the way. If I was that level of genius and I had the money to throw away for it, I don't really blame him. I'm surprised he hasn't blown up more stuff.
Sorry, somebody's being retard on social media.
No worries, it happens. Yeah.
So the Libertarian Party of Canada, since the war in North Yemen has turned into a genocide, it was incumbent upon Justin Trudeau to cancel the arms deal to Saudi Arabia. He didn't. And now Canadian weapons are being used in a genocide. We're officially complicit in genocide under the Liberals. The Liberal and Conservative parties supported the mission in Libya, where both WikiLeaks and a UK parliamentary report confirmed the stated motivations were known lies by the politicians involved. We were partnered with slave trading terrorists, and now a slave can be purchased in Libya for $500. And it was attached to a picture that says, if you've ever wondered what you do during slavery, the Holocaust, or civil rights movement, you're doing it right now. And I wrote, does that mean since we sell things like beef and grain to China that we're complicit in slavery, communist dictatorship, and concentration camps? Some big brain genius was like, no, weapons are not food. Weapons kill. Food liberates. Food liberates. Just let that sink in, guys. That's some deep thinking there. Food liberates.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, and the Bernie boys are back in town. So just to quickly summarize this one, because this one was also pretty good. This is Bernie Sanders' post. Both Ro Khanna, sorry, I got to do the Bernie voice. Both Ro Khanna and I got involved in politics as young people because our shared opposition to unjust war. We cannot allow this generation of young people to experience horrors akin to Vietnam or Iraq. This is how we stop war with Iran. Linking to a CNN article. Love the CNN articles. Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna, how we stop war with Iran. They basically want to bend over and let Iran fuck us in the ass. Well, the U.S. I wrote, or, you could just not go to war like Trump isn't. We got another big brain who's like, but, and this is what he literally wrote. But he's expanded the military budget, added a huge new unnecessary division of the military. Okay, the military budget has been expanding since the 40s. Well, actually, probably since time immemorial. And the formation of the nation. That's not really anything new. Yeah. Unnecessary division of the military? I don't fucking think so. They obviously have no idea. They obviously have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, because it's very much needed. The next theater of war isn't going to be in the ocean. We already do that, or on land, or in the air. It's going to be high above in the atmosphere. I mean, in the stratosphere, protecting satellites, which if you could take down satellites, you could cripple a nation, making it prime to invade.
Sorry, I've got a vape that I'm...
He also said he put more troops on the ground. He did in a couple of places while other troops were being brought home, and he's constantly on the record and saying he wants to bring more troops home.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to try to correct some of the past indiscretions of the Bush and Obama years. On track to drop more bombs than Obama. This guy's serious. And is refusing to leave Iraq while pimping our military out to Saudi Arabia, which Trump, that part I kind of agree with. They do help out the Saudis, who are allies. I don't know why they're allies, but they're allies, which Trump himself knows are responsible for 9/11 and the Khashoggi killing. Right. So it's not like he's not in bed with the military industrial. So this guy's just taking it everywhere and wrong like 9 out of 10 times. He didn't take us to war, but he doesn't deserve any pat on the back either. I also believe he lied about his reasons for killing Soleimani. Yeah, that's just, I love the Bernie bros. They're so fucking stupid. My original post got like 100 and something likes, and this none of these got likes. I find that funny. You gotta love the Bernie morons. My dog is licking the bed sheets. Friggin' Canadians are weird. Yeah, well, you know what?
What are you cleaning your bed sheets with, though? Because they usually only do that because of what it smells like. So if your bed sheets smell like vanilla or something, they think it's a cupcake. It's why your dog licks you all the time. It's because you taste like food.
No, that's why cats lick you all the time. Is because you taste like food.
Yeah, dogs
want to eat you. I swear to God, my cat is like one of these days. Like I'm just gonna be found rotting in my apartment with the cat still eating bits of me. So yeah, I got nothing. What started off as a promising, if not impromptu, stream idea has kind of been ruined by YouTube deciding that fair use and public domain content is deserving of fucking with the channel.
Yeah, that's why I can't play any more of that though. Because like if I've had 2 strikes, then I don't.
Strikes. You would, if they were actual strikes. We probably wouldn't. The stream still wouldn't be going, and the other would probably be you would be getting emails stating that there's strikes. If you look on your in your dashboard, it will also tell you if you have strikes. It'll tell you if this is actually uploaded that there's copyright material, and it'll tell you where, but there isn't. The only thing I can think of is maybe Log Driver's Waltz might be copyright. I don't think so. And we didn't play the entire song. We played snippets and made commentary. So again, it's, yeah, exactly. We might get a claim, but that's about it. But again, I mean, it's all mostly public domain, and at the very, very least, it's fair use because we're making commentary. So I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully nothing will come from it, but yeah, just pay attention to your the channel's stuff, the messages and stuff, and look at your dashboard in a few hours when it's uploaded, and it'll, or not uploaded, and it'll tell you what exactly is going on. If it's if there is a claim, just click on the button to review the claim, and then that means that somebody a little bit more higher up than the cursory second wave of defense, as it were, behind the bots, will look at it and be like, okay, well, yeah, it's fair use, public domain, blah, blah, blah. But anyway. Yeah,
I haven't seen anything. I just double checked, and yeah.
No, it'll take a bit. They don't usually, I mean, unless it's something super egregious, they like I said, we're still live, so unless it's something super egregious, they won't I mean, they'll send those out right away. Like if your channel just immediately gets yeeted midstream, then yeah. But it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Not a big deal. It's like I kind of knew that when I created this channel. That's why I didn't want to do it with the Gen T Maxi one, because that one's more like me. Whereas this one, I was trying to get like, yes, we're having fun and we're joking around and I'm saying what I'm saying, but I was trying to gearing it more towards the the idea of the channel. You know, but if I had to create another one, I wouldn't be that worried about it. It would just be annoying because then everybody who, the 61 people who followed me so far I'd have to find them and be like, hey, I'm sorry, but can you sub to this one too?
Oh man, you're beating me in the subs. 61, congratulations. I'm still at like 47, no, 52. Wait, I'm curious. I have 46.
Mind you, I did sort of get a shout out from Monkey this morning because I technically made fun of him, and I don't think he read that part, but he saw the part underneath where I was like, "Love you, Monkey," because I do, if I'm joking about you, I'm still gonna say, "Oh well, I love you anyway." But yeah, he was. I can't even remember what he was joking about, but it was something he said. And I teased him for it. And so he just went over like stuff that I used to do with them. So one of the running gags with Jen is like, I have this tendency to warn people before I say something really, truly horrible. Or at least I used to. Like that filter's kind of changed over the year. But it was like, I'd come up upon a joke where I was like, oh, I should double think this one. Should I tell this joke? It's kind of a little racy, Jen. Are you sure you want to announce yourself as the chick who's willing to say that kind of shit? And so I would just be like, I probably really shouldn't tell you this joke. And then Sats would be like, but you're gonna, aren't you? And I was like, yep. But it was nice for him to say that because like it was just like back, we used to play a lot of games with them on stream, and it's one of those things where like we'll find a game at some point where they'll bring people in again, but I miss playing with Monkey. I used to help him sometimes. It was just like he knew that I just wanted to play around and dick around sometimes. But to not do anything, I would bring him materials all the time. I'd just go out and run out and grab stuff. And Sora used to do the same. I think it's one of those things where when you both are aware that your computer's kind of crappy, you make a plan to hang out with each other in the game. But I learned from experience that if you go hunting zombies with Sora, be prepared for bad plans because she kind of just runs into stuff. She's like, I ain't got no fears, and then like 2 minutes later, she's shrieking because she's being eaten. I love Sora. I miss you, Sora. I hope you're listening. She was great. I think that was like the last plan I went in with her and Star, and it was like I could see 4 of the zombies sleepers, and I was just like, if we just sit here at the door, like at least 3 of us could take out, 3 of the sleeper zombies, and we wouldn't have as many problems. And both of them just ran right in. I was like, okay, I guess that's how it's going. And then I got stuck. That's why I hate that game. It's far too easy to get stuck in that game. Right, Cynic? I miss that. I miss playing with you too, Cynic. Like I know I think you needed a break from it too. But same with Ark. Like I miss playing Ark. You would have loved playing Ark with Cynic Functional. I think he would have challenged you a little because it was his first time playing the game, and honest to God, he was breeding 310 dinosaurs.
Nice.
Like he'd have these super colors and. And he had his base out in like, what is it? What are they called? I can't remember the name of them. I should because they're the bigger one, but not the T-Rex, but the other guy.
Carnotaurs?
No, the big one.
T-Rex?
No, bigger than the T-Rex. The bigger one.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Gigasaurus.
That's the one. The Giga. Yeah, he lived in Gigaland. So like he had these like. Double how some people build their bases with the arches, like the doorways?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had his base with like double layers of behemoth doors just to keep out the fucking the gigas. I miss that game so much. I mean, I do and I don't. Like, I don't miss how it killed my computer, but I miss playing it because it's always fun to go back and think, oh, I'm taming a dinosaur. Oh, look at me, I'm running around on a T-Rex or a trike. And I still stand by my opinion that the trike babies were the cutest babies. Like, all the babies were cute, but those little stubby horns, and they're so chubby.
I do like that game.
It's like I said, it's easy to get back to it. It's just like after years of playing it, like it takes a lot to get back into it. But yeah, if I ever update my computer, I'll do it again. Yeah, the Giga that dived off the cliff into your base. Like, they always seem to mess with you. Which was a mistake, I think, at the end of the day. Because you had so many T-Rexes and, what were they? The Therazinos. Like, God, he had so many Therazino eggs. It was great. But I think my favorite time in that game was going on a trip with Stunlock to go get metal. And for some reason, he decided the best way to get to the mountain with the best metal was to go through the swamp. And I was like, why did you go that way? You could legit just go up the back way. I mean, I know you have to go up the hill and shit, and there's Carnos and all that. Well, not Carnos, but,
Swamp's even worse.
Swamp's a hell of a lot worse. And he went through the swamp, and, like, there was 3 of us. The other guy that was playing with us... Okay, not to make fun of people who are dyslexic or what was the other one? Autistic, but like he had a tendency to have those moments that were just like, okay, I'm going to show you all about what it means to be autistic in the best way, and he admitted to it. So I'm not picking on him for it, but he would just run around on the back of this boat that we're trying to sail up the swamp, and I'm just sitting here like, this is a bad plan. This is a bad plan. And then he just started irritating me. So I decided, you know what? If this is going to fail, I'm going to fail and make it funny because I'm streaming this shit too, right? So I tranked him in the face. It's like one of those things in the game that I really wish that 7 Days had. 7 Days. I mean, there's no point to tranks in 7 days because you're not going to trank a zombie. But it was just the idea of tranking your friends or like, say there's that one guy in the group that you really kind of don't like, so you trank him and use him as bait for the zombies or something. Yeah, I missed that game. There's lots of things that happened in that game that were great. Even the fails. Oh, well.
So what do you think? Should just wrap it up a little early?
Yeah, we could probably do that. I mean,
I'm starving. I gotta go make dinner and...
You probably could use a little nap too, especially if you're going to be on. So just so you guys know, tonight it's a functional on Jack Gunsky game for the couples night. It'll be you and your wife, and it'll
me
be
and Elwin, Moonshock and his better half, Terry and his better half, and no wait,
isn't Terry's better half Frosted at this point?
Yeah, Terry and Frosted, who are now a couple apparently.
I'm glad that they didn't consent to that. It makes it so much more amusing.
But yeah, Jackbox Games is always a fun time.
Yeah.
And Jack does it well.
Yes, he does.
So check that out tonight after Lords of the Night. Yeah, Terry and Frost.
Yeah, I do miss playing with you guys, Useless. It's just like I said, it's one of those things where like if I can't get my computer to play the game properly, it doesn't become fun. Logging in for 30 minutes to play for 10 minutes and then having it like shut down on you, it's not worth it. Not after the 5th time it does it. Anyway, yeah. All right, guys. So I will be back again on Thursday with Functional, and maybe next time we'll have a guest next time.
We'll definitely have something a little bit more planned out ahead of time. Like I said, this was very impromptu because I was shirking my responsibility and playing video games for 20 hours straight.
And hey, at least we got at least an hour and 10 minutes in before they started, being like, "What are you playing? Oh, is this public domain stuff?" You would think they would have that recorded with the bot. You would think they would have that programmed with the bot. But anyway.
Well, I mean, we're watching directly from YouTube, so that's probably where the bot caught it. I don't know. It's stupid. We're moving past it. Hopefully nothing bad comes of it.
Yep.
But yeah, Thursday, 5:00-ish Eastern.
Yep.
And on this channel, Snow Mexicans. And on Saturday on my channel, Functional, I will also probably be streaming a little bit more Monster Hunter in the next couple days, and you get to hear me scream like a little bitch as I'm crushed by monsters 50 times my size. Anyway.
All right, guys.
Have a good night, all. I'm playing us out.
Fuck it up, don't give a shit
Roar.
anymore.